Now, before we walk 600 miles with all this stuff on one cart, you get 2 carts, and then I'm gonna reveal, yeah, Kevin was born in 2076, and then via rail.
Genius.
Welcome back to the KSS YouTube channel. After a long break of no filming, we actually have some good weather and we're gonna start putting out more content, hopefully. We have an announcement. Actually, no, don't pan the camera yet. We'll point it after. The announcement is that we're going to do a experimental all-wheel drive system on the 7th gen. So Aiden, I need to catch up to him. He's already started on his Del Sol last year. He got all the parts, some wagon stuff. I'm not paying $5,000 for a drive shaft and a diff from a wagon. We've done our research. We thought it was 07 to 11 CRV differential that has a ramp style differential in the rear. It's actually 05.5 to 11 after some more research and talking to other companies and doing research on their websites. So yeah, this one's been here for about, I'd say 3 months. It's like December, it's March now, so 1, 2, 3, 3.5 months. So we're gonna be ripping the differential out of this, and then we're gonna be modifying the clutch pack. So yeah, we're gonna go down under the car and show you the differential, what it looks like. It actually looks not that bad access and not that rusty compared to other stuff. This is somewhat dry. Okay, so as you can see, the differential down there, it's not full of grease, so I'm not expecting any busted seals or anything. I think I'm gonna try a really ghetto route to take this out. I brought my Sawzall, and the brackets look easy access. I'm gonna try and just cut everything out and then take the brackets off when it's out under or from under the car. So I'm gonna cut the axles, cut the drive shaft, cut the brackets, got a couple blades, and then, like I said, I'm gonna take all the rest of the bracketry off. But yeah, this is the diff that we're gonna be taking off. This, it says 07.
I think it's an 0.
I thought it was an 09.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, this is more than what we need, so 05.5. Make sure that we have the right one. We're just gonna go with the newest one, and then we'll be doing some clutch mods and stuff. But yeah, so let's get to ripping that out with a Sawzall. I think it's just
see what we can do.
I did not bring any safety glasses, so I'm gonna have to do the blind Helen Keller method.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Stevie Wonder how to get this goddamn differential out. But yeah, so let's cut it out and see what we can do. As you can see, my plan worked for the top mount. I just cut, you can see the fresh metal there, I just cut each end of the bracket that holds it onto the car. I cut the drive shaft, and then that knuckle came out on that side, so we could get one axle. And once this drops down, I already popped this axle out. We're just gonna toss it to this side, and then the diff is gonna come out. And I really like this because it's really almost fresh aluminum, and it's not rotten. Like, it's not full of oil, we don't have any busted seals, so we're not gonna be working with a completely damaged unit. And then now what's next is, I think, a 14mm bolt at the back for the mount, and it's just holding on by that right now. And we'll get that out, and we'll be inspecting, taking the rest of the bracketry off and this drive shaft end off, and then yeah, so it's almost out. My plan's working, so let's get to it.
Mr. Jeremy showed up. What's going on?
Had some really good stuff. Best part about this whole day.
Yeah.
We were here yesterday. Huh? Yeah, sure. The best part about this whole day. We were here yesterday.
Yep.
Down the road, the A&W did not burn down and they did not shut down. So we're going there for lunch.
Yeah, let's do it. There she is. Got her out.
Yeah. Got her out.
Looking good.
Let's get it onto a stand here. I got one of those dollies. And then take the rest of the brackets off and stuff. So, yeah, as you can see, my cutting method worked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unbolt this, take the rest of the drive shaft off. And then this, I just I took the 14 with a flex, got it loose, and then I put a wrench to, because it was just hanging, to put pressure to pull it out. Got it out, and there's still oil in it, so.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a diff
Ready
out.
to rip. Well, almost.
Yeah.
Got to do the clutch pack mod there.
Clutch pack, and install it, make some mounts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make my own diff mount, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Step 1. We dripping. Full drip.
So much drip need a mop, man.
Let's go to the fucking video.
As we're at Kenny Upol, I've been forcing Jeremy. He's like, oh, I don't want power steering. I might just keep it deleted. I'm like, well, when you put slicks on and you're doing a full workout, before doing a pass, you're not going to enjoy your life. So we're going to get a full EPS out of this EP3 right here. Electronic power steering is EPS. So I just took the bracket. Everything is like really not seized. Everything's coming apart perfectly fine. Now we just need to take these tie rods out so I can get access to this bolt easier. And I might be taking these struts because I only have stock suspension in the front, and I know it's worn out and rusty. And these front shocks, they do fit on an ES1 or 7th gen 4-door. So I'm going to be probably taking these for probably like $40 each. And put them on my car. Just raise the front end because mine is like this. But anyway, yeah. So EPS for Jeremy while we're here, so he doesn't have to force that much when he's steering. All right, so we're about to take off from the junkyard. As you guys saw earlier, we have my diff out. I took all the bracketry off, as you guys saw before. We got Jeremy's EPS, electronic power steering system, out of the EP3 that we found, which you need the module. So we took the module and some wiring. I did it on my car. We're just gonna have to look at the wiring again, because just for reference. But yeah, so we're gonna take off, go get some food, and then we're probably gonna head over to Aiden's house and then just like get a status on what the Del Sol is looking like as of now. It's March, so a March status of the Del Sol. But yeah, let's get some food and head on out of here. All right, so we made it back from the junkyard a long time ago. It's a different day now, but we are now at Aiden's. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna explain the rear control arm situation. We're a little curious about something because they just came in the mail and we just put them side by side, but there's something that we want to check out. So let's get to it. So what do we have here? What's going on? What's the problem?
So this is the stock arm. Well, not stock arm, but the one that was on it, the Skunk 2 spherical arm. And when you look at the Jack Spaniel ones we got, it offsets the shock so you can have clearance in the back. Now, if you look over here, and you match up the bushings, it's not in the same place, so I don't know if this might be for a different car. That's just actually how it is. I actually don't know. But we're gonna try it on and see how she fits.
Yeah.
So as you can see right now, the shock is hitting the axle boot, so that's not gonna work. So that's what those arms are for. It's gonna space this out so it has more clearance for the axle. So we're gonna try on those arms right now. I'm gonna message Jack Spaniel just to see if that's how it's supposed to be. We're gonna try it on right now just to try it out, see how she works. All right, we got the new control arm in, and I kind of realized why it's not in its stock location here, because if it was, then it would literally be touching the axle boot. So it seems to be like that for a reason, but it's all installed, looking good. Because it's at a weird angle now, we had to kind of mess around with it with the jack and whatever to kind of get this bolt in. It was a little weird, but all installed, and there's plenty of clearance now for the axle. So that's good. So now I just got to do the other side. The other side is not installed yet.
We still got the stock trailer arm on that side.
Another thing I wanted to mention is the brake line situation. So it usually comes around here stock, but now your axle's there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a new brake line. I have some new ones, some braided ones, so we're gonna run it in a different spot so it has some clearance for that. And then we took the caliper off. We're doing some mods with that. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I have to do new brake lines in the rear anyway because we're gonna do a staging brake. So we'll do that all at the same time. That'll be up next, but making lots of progress.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back from another day of fab work on the 7th gen. Aiden's gonna go on that side. I'm gonna open that door on that side, and I'll show you where I'm at and explain what the hell is going on with the chassis work. So let's get to it. On the passenger side, there's no floor. It's gonna be a Flintstone mobile.
Yeah.
So driver's side is done. As you can see on my plates. So I did in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 plates on this side to do the new floor, and then the new frame rail. We're gonna do an exterior view talking about the frame, how I did that after. But yeah, so there's 5 plates on this side. That was like 3 weeks ago, I'd say, easy. 3-4 weeks ago. My all-wheel drive tunnel. So to explain that, it's you just cut the center out, and this is out of, I think it's an Australian video or Australian YouTuber. I copied his design exactly. So you just cut the tunnel out, and some people make it nice and round or whatever, but he just took 2 angles, which is what I found here. These are actually out of a truck, like a sliding door out of a delivery truck, leftover angles, and I just cut these by eye. I just measured this length and this length, this length and this length, and I just cut the angle like just by eye. I didn't even measure, and they plugged in perfectly fine. So after those are done, it's going to be making some plates on the sides and then just a rectangle to cover these holes and probably up to here, I'd say. I'm gonna make it wide. I'd say 1/2 inch past the holes, easy. Cover up this side, cover up this side with the same weird shape as this side. Today, the last thing that was done was this side's floor and the frame rail, or the rocker redo on the other side. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But yeah, so right now I'm in this place where I ran out of time. That's why the front isn't done. So we have just one plate, and this was done with 16 inches. So this was 16 inches of length. And as you can see, these I think I was doing like 10 and 11, 12. So yeah, 16 inch. If I could do I think I could do 2 more plates as opposed to 5 on this side. That'll just make it more easier and take less time, less welding. And then another frame rail, which I'll explain in a second, like I said. So yeah, that's in. So just 2 more plates to do on this side for the floor. Now we're gonna go outside the vehicle and I'll explain
Frame rail.
Yeah, I'll explain the frame rail system and just the new rocker strengthening, because we removed the original rocker like bracketry that was original on the Civic. So let's get to the outside. All right, so for the frame rail and the rocker system I made was just this. So there's a bunch of like bracketry and welded in brackets on the underneath. So I just made a 5 and an inch and a half U, like not a tunnel, but a channel. Put it in and just stitch welded it up. It's nice and solid. And then for the frame rail is a 1/8 piece of steel, bent into a channel, but with platform or sections to bolt it onto the car itself. As you can see, it's just underneath bolts from like here, and then it's a channel. I think it was 3.5, 2, and 1.5. But yeah, that's bolted on. That's nice and solid. So we have some sort of frame rail done. And then another part of the job today was besides the floor, was doing the exact same thing on this side, except for the frame rail. Obviously I need to finish the floor before making the frame rail. It's going to be the exact same dimensions, just there's going to be a cut that's going to be a mirror, so it's going to be on the other side. If you guys understand what I'm saying, it's just going to be symmetrical, but on the other side. So yeah, that's the floor where we're at with the 7th gen for now. Another thing I forgot to mention on the inside was the seat rails, or the seat brackets that hold the seat rails, the seat bracket. I'm going to be taking the seats off the brackets themselves. Wow, that was a lot of seats and brackets and brackets and seats and seats and brackets. So yeah, I'm going to be taking the actual foam, like the part you sit on, off the brackets, putting them in the car, and just to measure where to put the front and the rear left, well, let's say I was on the passenger side, or on the driver's side, rear left bracket to hold the actual seat down, because those are cut out right now. There's literally nowhere to bolt the seat on. I'm going to be replacing those and making my own at work as well in the press, or in the brake, because mine are rotten. So I'm just going to make them actually thicker, and they'll just be more solid. And I'll probably actually add some solidness to the car at the same time. So I'm just going to make some new stuff measured in later on. But yeah, that's where we're at so far with the 7th gen for the frame. The next video, probably some Del Sol stuff, this thing, and then just to finalize this thing up before we're done, is going to be some side skirts. It's going to look beautiful, but that's not the important part. The important part is making it solid with a new floor, but I'm not going to be rolling it like that. I'm going to be rolling it with the side skirts, don't worry. But yeah, we're going to close the video out now. We hope you enjoyed it. It's our first one in a while. I'd say a month easy since we posted last. But it's March and the weather is getting really hot as it's snowing. I'm saying that as it's snowing, but it's getting hotter, better weather, more stuff at the junkyard to pick out and work on. But yeah, we're ready for a fast season. So we hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
Anything to say for the camera, guys?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.